Back again, talking about superior attribute training, and we're going to talk more specifically in more detail about long duration conditioning. So specifically, we're going to talk about aerobic capacity, right? So we need to have a large aerobic base to sustain effort for any type of activity, including strength and power-based activities. Without this large aerobic capacity, you don't have the fuel to sustain the strength that you built for a long period of time. So when we are talking about building an aerobic base, we are talking about lower intensity activity, right? We are talking about long duration periods of time, stuff that a lot of people have kind of shied away from. Everybody wants to do the short conditioning, the Metcons, right? Go really hard and get it done, but you still need to have an aerobic base too. And if you don't train the aerobic base, then you're not gonna have the same conditioning that you would otherwise. So this means that you need to do a lower intensity activity for at least 20 minutes of time, right? From 20 to 60 minutes or so, right? Now this could be anything like jogging, could be biking, it could be something that you're actually interested in doing. Hiking, going outside, rucking, meaning that you just put a weighted backpack on and go on a hike. But it could also mean things that you can do inside a gym as well, right? I mentioned before something called tempo intervals, right? Tempo intervals is just mainly doing a steady state activity at a lower intensity for a period of time and then rotating it with some low level body weight or weight training activity, okay? This could be something like pushing a sled, pulling a sled, jogging on a treadmill, rowing, right? But you wanna make sure to not go too intense with it, right? We wanna think about trying to stay at a 70 to 80% intensity or 70 to 80% of our max heart rate, okay? So we do that low level activity for 45 seconds, take a 15-second transition to get off of that bike or stop pushing that sled, and then choose some low-level body weight or weight exercise, right? Something like a push-up, a sit-up, doing face pulls on a cable machine, doing rows on a cable machine. Those are just a couple examples, but whatever we do for that activity, we need to make sure that we can sustain it for at least 30 to 45 seconds as well, right? Because the whole protocol is that we hop on a bike or we push a sled for 45 seconds, we take 15 seconds to transition, and then we do that other activity, whether it be push-ups, pull-ups, something like that for 30 to 45 seconds. Then we keep rotating back and forth for at least 20 minutes, right? And again, we can build this up over time where we go from 20 minutes to 30 minutes and keep on going there. But the whole idea again is to maintain a state where we feel like we're going on a jog, right? We're not doing sprints, we're not doing Metcons, right? We're trying to sustain that level for the entire time. What's great about building aerobic capacity with tempo intervals, right, is it gives us a chance to do other exercises, things that we might neglect with our training because we don't have enough time, right? We can do small single joint exercises, we can do push-ups, we can do sit-ups, right? We can still build muscle, we can still build local muscular endurance while we're still building this large aerobic base, right? And pushing a sled is just great for overall conditioning and strength of the entire body. So next time we'll talk more specifically about short duration conditioning, stuff like alactic and lactic capacity training. And in the meantime, if you haven't checked out our new program, go to jdibarbell.com/virtual coaching and check out our app.